There are paths once lost never to return. In the Negros countryside, where the long twilight is like a curse, people still tell each other about forest with no map, no way out, and one should never enter when the moon is full as blood. A young girl, Amara, is following a shady path, holding a bundle of firewood. Amara, only 19 years old, is the good daughter of Elra Amelia. She has no friends, no love, only a life that repeats itself day after day between the stove, the fabric, and her mother's advice. Never go beyond the old church area, especially in the afternoon. Zoom in on Amara's face, confused, sweating. The wind starts to blow back. The branches seem to close behind her. But today she has gone too far. A sweet curiosity, an unconscious step led Amara into a part of the forest that she did not remember. I got lost, she said to herself, but the wind carried her voice away. And then, in the middle of that dark forest, something was waiting for her. Not the person, not the beast, but Garden, an ancient, dark entity with an unknown shape and soul, whom the villagers only dared to call Willow one name. Engkanto ng lihim. Image appears, a tall creature, skin as black as coal, eyes as red as blood, standing silently in the middle of the misty forest. No one knows where Garden came from, or why he chose Amara. Only that as soon as their eyes met, time seemed to stop. Amara collapsed on the damp ground, her eyes slowly closing as if hypnotized. And from that moment, the fates of the two worlds began to intertwine. Night fell. The wind whistled. The owls howled. Garden's shadow covered Amara. Then darkness. 3 days later, Amara returned, hair disheveled, clothes dirty, not a single wound. But she was no longer the Amara of yesterday. And in her belly was a secret that would change the fate of the entire village. Love can save a soul, but if that soul is born from darkness, is love enough? Come with me, go deeper into the mystery of Amara, Miranda, and the darkness called Garden. In a remote place at the end of Negros Island, there is a village where the sun always sets early, and the wind carries the whispers of old spirits. The people here do not argue with their ancestors. They do not laugh loudly after sunset, and never enter the western forest on full moon night. An old thatched house, the light of an oil lamp flickering inside. An elderly woman, sitting and sewing, that is Amelia. The voice echoes from outside. Amara's voice cheerfully. I'm just going to get some firewood. It's been raining heavily. Our house is almost gone. Amelia, startled, worried. Amara, don't go far, especially to the western forest. Tonight the moon is full. But like many other times, the limits of youth are always taboo. Amara, a 11-year-old girl, long hair, bright eyes, is walking deep into the forest. She wore a simple brown dress, holding a bundle of rope and a small sickle. The scene gradually darkened. She did not know that every step was a step away from the human world. And every tree was a portal leading into a world where light was not invited. A strange voice whispered, Amara. Amara. Amara's voice hesitantly. Who is it? Camera pans, the fog is thick. The girl turns around, but the path has disappeared. All around are trees closed like living walls. And then he appeared. Zoom in the fog, a giant creature with eyes as red as blood, skin as black as a moonless night. His breath smells of cold earth and ashes. His long arms touch the ground. There is no sound other than Amara's heartbeat. Voiceover, low, shuddering. Gardon. An ancient Engkanto. The one who dwells on the border between dreams and reality. He doesn't need to chase, just look. And from that look, Amara's will begins to crumble. Amara's eyes slowly lose focus, her hand drops the sickle. Gardon's shadow covers her body. Voiceover, whispering. 3 days later, Amara appears at the village gate. Dirty clothes, disheveled hair, lifeless eyes. Amelia screaming, running. Amara! Where have you been for 3 days? Oh, and my God! I thought you would never come back. Amara's voice lost, confused. 3 days? No. Just went to collect firewood. I don't remember anything. She returns, but she is not completely herself. Not a single piece of firewood. No memories. Only a secret growing in the darkness. From that day on, every night, Amara dreamed of a smoldering forest, a familiar voice whose name she did not know, and feeling rising within her own body. Amara dreamed, sweating. Her hands clutched her pillow. A red light flashed across the area. Gardon's voice echoed in her dream. Gardon whispering, I have chosen you. You are the bridge. You are no longer human. After 3 days of disappearance, Amara returns. But that night not only one life returns. Amara bends over in front of the fire. Her hands tremble, the bowl of porridge falls to the ground and breaks. Then Amelia runs from afar. Amelia! Amara! What's wrong with you? Amara, breathing heavily, holding her stomach. I feel strange. Mom, it seems like something is growing inside me. Flashback, a few weeks later. Amara's skin is pale, her figure has changed. Her belly is starting to bulge clearly. Amara, who has never loved anyone, never touched a man's hand, is now pregnant. There is no explanation. Only gossip. The villagers look on, whispering. Woman A, whose child doesn't know how to protect herself. Old man. That forest, it has things that shouldn't be touched. What kind of thing has it brought back now? Every look, every word were invisible blades cutting into Amara's heart. And Amelia, both ashamed and loving her child, did not know what to believe. Dark night. Cottage. Door opens. An old figure quietly enters, Mang Piping. Amelia, dumbfounded. Mang Piping, why did you come? Mang Piping, serious. I came not for the child. I came for the thread that is forming in its belly. Voiceover, mysterious. Mang Piping, the keeper of ancient knowledge, the last descendant of Bante Orasyon, reveals the truth that freezes the whole house. The oil lamp flickers. Amara's face turns pale. Mang Piping. That is no ordinary child. He, Gardon, the dark Engkanto, has planted his seed in this world. Her daughter is the bridge. A half-human, half-Engkanto being. It will be light or disaster. Amara, trembling. I don't want it. I don't remember. Never. Mang Piping, face silent. But you were chosen, Amara. And when that child grows up, he will come back to claim the gift he planted. Scene: Amara in the dark, her arms around her stomach, tears streaming down her face. For the first time, Amara feels like she is carrying the life of a stranger. But the child is still her flesh and blood. And between fear and love, she chooses to stay. She chooses to raise it. Time passed quickly. Her belly grew bigger. The villagers shunned her, but Amara still sewed and cooked, quietly living with her mother. The child was born in the middle of a pouring rain night. No one came to help. Only Amelia and Mang Piping stood guard, as if guarding a gate between two worlds. The baby's sirai rang out. Mang Piping held an amulet and tied it around the baby's neck. Mang Piping. The baby's name will be Miranda, because it will reflect both worlds, the human and the Engkanto. From then on, Amara became the mother of a creature of mixed blood. She lived in the darkness of doubt, in the obsession that one day, Gardon would return. And when that happened, no one knew if Miranda would be a rainbow or thunderbolt. Sometimes the cursed child is not the one cursed but the only key to breaking it. There are talents born with the same blood, and there are curses wrapped in love. Miranda, a half-human, half-Engkanto girl, grew up in a kitchen filled with smoke, the smell of herbs and dishes that can change people's moods. An old man walks out of our restaurant, eyes filled with tears, muttering, "I suddenly feel so relieved, as if her wife were still alive." Another scene. Child lost Ludley after eating chicken soup cooked by Miranda. He had just gone through his father's funeral. Voice-over. Every dish Miranda cooks carries a strange kind of emotion. It soothes, heals, makes people smile in the midst of brokenness. But then, zooms in on Miranda's face, anxious. This piece of paper is taped to a market post with the words, "Missing," and a picture of a young man. Voice-over, lowering. Then there are those who never come back. They eat and then disappear. No trace. No farewell. Leaving only an empty bowl. Miranda holds a spoon, stands still, looks at the boiling porridge. In her eyes, reflects the image of a man sitting and eating, then slowly fades away. Miranda whispers. After each of her dishes, do people forget themselves? Miranda silently watches the customers. She sees them happy, joyful, then empty. Some get lost in the market, can't remember their names. Some laugh through tears and then collapse. Miranda begins to doubt herself. Is it possible she isn't the one who gives healing? Is she taking away something bigger than sadness? Miranda rummages through her mother's old chest. Inside, the red scarf, the amulet, and an unsent letter from Amara. Amara's voice reading the letter, voice-over. My dear, if one day you feel different, you are not wrong. You are the result of a night I had no choice in. But that does not make you evil. Unless your father comes back and claims you as a gift. Flashback, Gordon's shadow appears in the kitchen mirror. His eyes glowing red. Miranda is startled, the mirror shatters. Voice-over. Gordon, Engkanto darkness, is still watching. And the curse is germinating in every grain of rice, every drop of fish sauce. Scene, Miranda tries not to cook anymore. But when a friend gets sick, she can't help herself. She makes soap, the friend gets better but forgets about her dead husband. Miranda, screaming in the empty kitchen. Are you saving people or are you stealing them? She finds Mang Piping. He looks deep into her eyes, then hands her a knife with a handle made of kuyapo wood. Mang Piping sternly, "You're not the only one with that power. But you're the only one who has the choice. To live as a normal person, or to become a portal to another world." And Miranda knows, though she hasn't called out her name. But her father is approaching. Final scene, Gordon's shadow looms over the crowd at the market. Miranda turns around, no one is there. But the wall behind him is imprinted, charred hand and the words written in blood. "A late time is coming. Prepare. Every dish has a soul. But when that soul comes from the darkness, who pays the price?" When the full moon reaches its peak, the door between the two worlds opens in the dream. And from the end of the night her father steps forward. Dream, Miranda stands in the middle of the wilderness. Gordon, tall, red-eyed, steps out of the black smoke. His voice echoes like the wind whistling through the dead trees. "Gordon, Inui daughter, you are the bloodline of two worlds. It is time to choose a world." Miranda, voice trembling, "I do not belong to you. You are not my father. You are the cursed Ila mother never wanted." Gordon, angry, fists clenched. "Then give me your mother. You live but Amara will step into the darkness to replace you." Cut. Amara wakes in the middle of the night, her eyes cold. She walks into Miranda's room, stroking her hair. Amara, whispering, "If I had to choose, I would choose you." Enwa life ended that night in the woods. But you, Miranda, can still choose. Voice over. The next day, Amara disappeared, leaving behind only a red sash and a message scrawled in charcoal. "Don't look for me. Live. Defeat him with your heart." Emre Amelia's funeral. The crowd was sparse. Miranda stood alone, her eyes dry, but her hands clenched until they bled. Grandmother died. Her mother sacrificed. No one was left. Only Miranda and her decision to flee or to fight. Miranda went to find Mang Piping. The two stood in the middle of the old cemetery, the wind blowing. Mang Piping held a black animal skin book, libro ng orasyon na nawala. Mang Piping, "Not everyone dares to look at their own blood and deny it. You can seal Gordon, but only if you don't let your heart be moved." Training, Miranda concentrates in the salt circle, practices chanting orasyon, burning black incense, learning to distinguish real and fake voices when Gordon possesses someone. The line between love and manipulation has never been thinner than it is now. Miranda learns not only how to fight, she must learn to let go of the father she never recognized, and the mother she could not keep. The fateful night. Miranda and Mang Piping arrive at Bantayan, the place where two worlds meet. A stone altar stands in the middle of the forest. Howling wind. Black candles flicker. Mang Piping sternly, "Once the ritual begins, do not leave the seal. If you soften, he will cut through you like knife through wet paper." The ritual begins. Gordon emerges from the darkness, roaring. But this time he is not a monster. He appears with Amara's face, smiling gently. "Miranda, it's me. I'm cold. Let me in, daughter." Miranda steps back. Mang Piping screaming, "That's not your mother. Don't let emotions put out the fire." But Miranda's heart is already dying. She sheds tears stepping out of the circle. At that moment, Gordon rushes in like a black storm. Everything shakes, the ground cracks. Miranda falls to her knees, screaming, "Miranda, you are not the mother. You are only the one who took Ila mother from me." She draws the wooden knife from Mang Piping and stabs it straight into Gordon's shadow through the false image. Everything goes silent. The wind stops. The smoke clears. In that moment, Miranda chooses the truth over false comfort. She kills the father she never called and buries the curse with her own blood. Miranda kneels in the middle of the forest, one hand holding her mother's red scarf, the other holding the bleeding knife. Miranda whispering, "Mother, I will not let your sacrifice be in vain." The darkness covers the sacred forest. A faint circle of light still burns. Miranda kneels on the ground, blood dripping from her hands. Gordon's shadow, like a floating soul, suddenly changes. When the truth cannot subdue the heart, darkness will borrow love to manipulate the light. Gordon appears as Amara, a gentle mother with a gentle smile, a loving voice. "Miranda, don't be afraid. It's me." Miranda sobs. "Mom, don't do it, child. Don't go against your father. He's just a lost soul like me. You can stay. We'll live forever together." The light shimmers like an invitation. Old memories come flooding back. Amara holds Miranda in the kitchen, lullabies, kind eyes. Miranda takes one step, two steps. Voice over, tense. Just one touch. Gordon will enter. And Miranda will belong to his world forever. Suddenly, Miranda's eyes widen. She stops. Miranda, low, decisive voice. "True love does not manipulate, does not disguise, does not possess. It never forced you to choose fear." She pulls out the knife soaked in sacred ash from her mother's red scarf. Pierces Amara's silhouette. Gordon screams, his form shattering like cracked mirror. The whole forest shakes. The wind stops. The air is still. Gordon vanishes. No one wins. Only one heart remains that has chosen to become human. Epilogue: ordinary dishes that bring me real love. Miranda no longer uses magic. No more food to heal the soul or erase memories. Only hot soup, white rice, sesame salt, and hearts remain. Scene: the youngest daughter asks, "Mom, why don't we add magic like Grandma?" Miranda smiles, hugging her daughter. Miranda, because Mom adds true love. And true love doesn't need magic. In the afternoon, Miranda looks out the window. The late afternoon sunlight covers the small shop in gold. A gentle breeze blows away, making the old red scarf hanging on the corner of the door flutter. And so, from the darkness of a forbidden forest, the light of an unyielding heart has blossomed. A mother has sacrificed. A child has forgiven. And a world saved by choosing not to do magic. The greatest miracle is when people choose to be themselves. Not perfect, but true. End of Miranda's story.